on Fridays and within the weekend I do One Piece chapter reviews. But if the chapter or the manga is on break, I do a One Piece chapter predictions. Or right now we've got the early spoilers for for next week's chapter, so obviously I'm going to break down the early spoilers and just talk about to actually what's going on, guys. So we have two scans from the chapter for next week's chapter, and so one of the scans is Kado speaking to Big Mom, and it's King having dialogue or speaking to Sasaki and Who's Who. So first of all, obviously I'll start with the brief summary, and then after I'll get on to King's dialogue with Sasaki and Who's Who. So obviously the Straw Hats and the Kid Pirates are obviously sneaking into Kado's mansion. We do know that from last week's chapter because they're wearing the garbs. So it also says once the Flying Six managed to find Kado's son. So Kado's son is called Yamato from what I'm reading from here. So once the Flying Six do find Kado's son, they get a chance to challenge the Calamities to a fight. For me, this is like I do get what Kado's trying to do, because from here as well, he's trying to show off the Flying Six's strength, or even older trying to show off the Flying Six's strength to the readers as well. But I think that the like All Stars or the Calamities will just literally trounce these Flying Six guys, because I think that King is just too much. Bro, this guy's a flying pteranodon who's on fire. Like, what else do you actually have to like need from that? Plus he carries a sword as well. But here it says that Kaido wants to show off the strength of the Flying Six to Big Mom and her children as well. If one of the Flying Six actually manages to win against the Calamities, they'll obviously replace them, so to what they were speaking about last week. And I think that they're trying to target Queen as well, because I think that Queen is the weakest one. For me, I think that Jack is the weakest one, because he was having trouble fighting the Nine Red Scabbards. He was having trouble fighting it was Nekomamushi, Inuarashi, even Ashura Dojo as well. So I think Jack is the weakest one. We also get to see Big Mom in her kimono. I bet that's a really disgusting sight to see. I don't want to see Big Mom in any kimono, because it's disgusting. When she was all in as well, that was pretty much a dumb thing. So it says that the numbers have a gift prepared for Kaido, right? And it's not stated to what it is within this chapter. For me, I'm thinking that they probably captured Caribou again, because Caribou, right, this guy, he knows who Poseidon is, guys. Remember that, because he was in Fishman Island, and he actually managed to listen to what Neptune was saying to Robin about who Poseidon is. So maybe that's the gift, maybe it's something else. So he also said that Kanjuro just managed to arrive at Onigashima as well, because he got a little bit lost getting there. How can you get like lost getting there when you're on a majestic crane that you actually drew? But in one of the previous spoilers, it says that he flew towards the Ringo district to where Hiyori was. Komurasaki for him to kill her. That's confirmed not to be true. We're gonna move on to King's dialogue within the scan. So he says, I summoned you all together. There's some of you who they need my code. That doesn't make any sense. And then after he says, who's Sasaki? And then Sasaki said, well, that's true. And then King says, well, you're all ex-pirate captains. That's very interesting. So the Flying Six then, they're all ex-pirate captains for their respective crews. Maybe Kaido obviously took him within his crew, like what he's done to Hawkins, apparently Drake, and Apu as well. So maybe Kaido's done the same thing as well to the Flying Six. So King continues, says that you're all going for all-star seats. And then it says no, the text is obviously cut off, because it's obviously a scan. It's being photocopied, so we can't tell from the rest of the dialogue as well until the chapter comes out. So also King says that he believes that Who's Who and Sasaki would have not come to the Fire Festival if King didn't invite them by themselves. Okay, so again, like this, so again, like for me, from what I'm going with as well, like King is the one from the three calamities that the Flying Six actually respect, because they would not like speak badly about King behind his back, because the way that they're speaking about Queen, like from last week's chapter, they basically don't respect Queen, because Queen's that guy who's just going funky, funk, and he's always singing, you know, he's having a good time. But I think that Huzue and Sasaki think that like they are obviously the SHIT from the Flying Six, but we just have to see, because that's where the spoilers end, guys, within Reddit. So that's been the entire spoilers, guys. I will put the Reddit thread, of course, down below for you guys to obviously see and read it for yourself, and for you to obviously check out the scan pictures as well, with Kaido and King having the dialogue with the Flying Six and the Big Man Pirates, guys. I've got more One Piece videos within my channel. I've recently done a which One Piece character are you quiz. I got a very interesting character who in a million like years I wouldn't even thought of getting this, guys. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe with your friend, discuss One Piece, discuss the greatest manga on earth, the greatest anime on earth, One Piece, with your friends, guys. Subscribe. I'm Preston. Peace. Watching my video, guys. For more anime content such as One Piece, Black Clover, Bleach, Naruto, Hunter x Hunter, subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on Instagram, guys. Peace.